One of the problems that developed was depression. She had a very difficult time living in the condition in which she was. She watched her family around her with their friends being able to walk and go up to activities. She pretty much became wheelchair bound, lost a lot of mobility, had 2 falls in which she fractured her hips. Her hips were like butter. It was just a continued progression of her illness. With the liver failure and then also having the kidney failure, it made it very difficult for her to really adjust to any of the medications, and she was wound up going on dialysis about the last year and a half of her life. Eventually, when she went on dialysis, that's really what started doing her in when she had the kidney failure. Her last 4 months in the hospital, she developed MRSA and also developed 2 other major infections in which usually they don't survive one of the infections. She survived that but wasn't really able to knock the MRSA out. Every time they gave her an antibiotic, it would come back once the antibiotics stopped. Eventually the heavy doses of antibiotics did her bowel in, and her bowel died, and at that point we pulled the plug. Jennifer suffered quite a bit over the 7 years of her life, and the medical bills mounted. The last 5 months of her hospital stay were well over $1 million. In the beginning of her insult, I was contacted by Connecticut Patients' Rights to get involved and to help pass through the legislature not capping malpractice, the lawsuits. So I got involved. Initially it was for her to fight for her and to fight for her rights, and as time passed, realizing that it's important for all people, whether you can help one person or help the multitude. And I always felt that I didn't want her life to be in vain, so I continued on that venue. And if I can save one life and let the physicians hear our voices, and to know that we as patients and family members have rights, and to make sure that the patient's rights and their safety is maintained, then I don't feel that my fight has been in vain.